Okay, today I bring you another analogy, another recovery analogy. There's just so many. Um, Going into the weekend, you can kind of envision this throughout your weekend. So imagine like if you've ever played the game of Tug-of-War, where you've got this rope and you have two teams and you're pulling and tugging and you're trying to pretty much knock the other team over and get past like a certain point on the rope where the other people will finally let go and you win. I'm pretty sure most people have heard of tug-of-war, but just in case, I never know. Sometimes I just assume people have heard of things, but in other countries, when I'm working with international clients, they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, I guess that's not a thing there. So if you're not sure, look it up. But the game of tug-of-war. So it's very similar to recovery. So you've got these two teams, you, the person trying to recover, and your eating disorder, right? These two separate teams. And when you've got one foot in and one foot out in recovery, and it's like you're doing hard things and you're challenging your eating disorder, but then you're kind of freaking out and you're going back and you're trying to compensate or fix whatever it is that you did that made you feel uncomfortable. It's a constant game of tug-of-war, and that's exhausting. Like, that's really, really exhausting. And eventually you're going to lose your grip and you're going to let go. But if you're consistently bold and you're consistently challenge your eating disorder, you're going to be pulling, and this grip, the eating disorder grip, is going to have to weaken and let go. And then you've dominated, right? You've pulled the rope over and you've won the game, or essentially you're in control now. And it starts to feel a lot less like a fight because they don't have a grip on that rope anymore. The eating disorder doesn't have a grip on that rope anymore. And so when I talk about making bold moves, the reason for that is because it, one, builds confidence, and two, it allows you to start feeling what it feels like to make a decision that you're going to ignore your eating disorder, to follow through, and then experience that empowerment that comes with doing that. And so throughout the weekend, as you're kind of, fighting or feeling like you're playing tug-of-war with your eating disorder, just imagine, like, shut your eyes and think of that visual and just be like, no, if I just go and order the pizza tonight just like I want, and I don't play any games with it, and I don't get light cheese, and I don't do this and that, that's another tug on my side of the rope. And that's going to loosen the grip of the eating disorder. And then if I continue and I don't let up and I don't go and restrict after, and I go get ice cream because it sounds really good, that's another tug on the rope that gets me in the right direction. And if I just keep doing that, eventually that grip of the eating disorder is going to let go. And you'll feel it in your recovery. And I see it in clients all the time when I'm working with them. And there's that pull, resistance, hard. And then they kind of get over this hump, or they kind of like win the game. And it's like, they're not fully recovered at that point, but I know they're on their way, and I know they've gotten a feel for what it's like to be like, this is hard and it feels uncomfortable, but I'm doing it anyways. Or I know what it feels like, and I know what the thoughts are going to be when I think of challenging my eating disorder, but I also know that when I just act opposite and do the thing that is so hard, that once I do it, it's never as hard as I anticipated or thought it was going to be. And so by doing that, they remember in the future when that happens again, I can do this. So it's all about building that confidence. And it's all about that eating disorder grip dying. It has to loosen up. It has to, eventually, you've got to get it to let go. And you do that by how? Consistently acting really bold. So going into this weekend, I know a lot of people struggle over the weekend. A lot of my clients will struggle over the weekend. I don't work over the weekend. So a lot of times I'm not available. Most of the time I'm not available on the weekends. And your schedule is different, and you're around different people on the weekends, and you have more downtime, and you see, maybe family members are home more, and you see how little they're eating, and people have more time to exercise, and you're not exercising. There's just so many little triggers that can pop up over the weekend. And so I want you to, this weekend, be hyper-focused on bold moves. Becky said, consistently bold moves are going to help me to pull the grip out of the eating disorder, and I'm going to be in control, and I'm going to feel empowered and confident. So I'm doing it. I'm doing the bold move. I'm ordering the pizza. I'm ordering it how I want. I'm getting the ice cream. I'm waking up in the morning. I'm having a huge breakfast. I'm not letting it pull me back at all. So that's my analogy today. I'm always full of them. Don't you worry. I'm never running out of analogies. I have like probably 100 written down in my phone of things that I think of. I'm like, oh, that would work. That would work all the time. So here's just one of them today. All right. Have a good day. Bye.